In our Be Healthy report at UConn Health Center, researchers are conducting a new study comparing two treatments for post-traumatic stress disorder in men who served in the military. More than 13,000 men and women from Connecticut have served in either Afghanistan or Iraq. Joining us now is psychologist Dr. Julian Ford. Doctor, thanks for joining me.
Thank you.
So let's talk about these two studies, or the two facets to the studies. They are different treatments, correct?
Yes, there are several treatments for post-traumatic stress disorder, but perhaps the one that has been most widely tested is one that involves going back and actually working through specific memories of the war experiences. Now, we've developed another treatment that is the one that we're comparing this to, and this treatment does not involve going back to the memories per se, but more working on and understanding the kinds of stress reactions in today's life that can actually lead to post-traumatic stress.
Going back to that moment must be pretty difficult for some soldiers, especially those who have not only served one or two, maybe three perhaps, tours of duty. It must be tough to go back and revisit that, and to revisit that, you know?
It's extremely difficult, but what one finds is that when you do that, and you do it on purpose, it takes some of that fear and some of the sense of anxiety and dread out of the memory and makes it more like an ordinary memory, even though it's certainly always deeply disturbing. On the other hand, it doesn't have to be a memory. It can actually be the experience today of feeling almost as if you were back there right now. And that's what we work on in the other treatment.
Well, that's what I was going to mention. With PTSD, it could trigger other issues such as problems with anger, perhaps, maybe. So I'm wondering if you'd focus on that and then focus on maybe some other trigger signs that you might think, well, this is not PTSD, but maybe it is. Maybe it's just like, you know what I mean, something that's a continuation of that, perhaps.
Exactly. And in this study in particular, we want to work with men who are experiencing not only stress reactions, but also difficulties with anger, because we know the two are very closely linked. One doesn't cause the other, but they often occur together. And anger is just one of many ways in which stress can pop up after having gone through survival-threatening situations. A person stays on guard in a way that no one really prepares them for, not even the military in its best training. And so this is, in essence, a kind of a training after the fact for how to return to ordinary life.
And this particular study is just geared towards men, right?
Yes, we would love to do this with women, but we have limited funding, so we had to start with men.
I'm wondering if sometimes maybe they think, as if these men might think that they don't have anything wrong with them, and then they realize, or once they talk to you, realize, maybe I do have PTSD. And
it's actually very often the case that it's the family member, a friend, who may know that and notice it first. And then when the military personnel or veteran realizes that, they realize that this is not a sign of something wrong with them. This is a very normal stress reaction that no one has simply taught them how to unwind and reset.
And you're saying this is treatable?
Very treatable.
And as far as the study with the participants, what are the qualifications? Someone who may be watching maybe might be thinking, maybe I could benefit from this particular study.
Our qualifications are very simple. Post-traumatic stress, a military veteran or personnel can be still active duty or reserve or National Guard who has served at least one tour in either Iraq or Afghanistan.
How long will this study take, or how long will it?
The actual treatment takes 10 weeks, and then there's a follow-up set of assessments because we want to see if this actually makes a difference over the long term, and we'll be doing the study over the next year.
I can imagine if you treat this disorder, PTSD, it could change their lives for the better. I can't even imagine how their quality of life will improve.
Very well put. That's exactly what we want to see.
Okay, thank you, doctor. And if you'd like to get more information about this study, you can call 860-679-2587. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.